We have a deal with Iraq. We have a deal with Iraq. I know this is the deal you guys have been looking forward to, and it's going to be about reconciliation, and once we have the reconciliation, we can finally get the troops out. Bush has finally done it with the help of Gates and Rice and Cheney, and everybody has chipped in, and everything's going to be all right in Iraq. Except that's not really how it turned out. Instead, we got a different kind of deal. A deal where Bush and Maliki said, I will cover your ass if you cover my ass. And they're like, oh, that's a good deal. I like that. And they shook on it. So what does Maliki get and what does Bush get? Maliki gets the full force and protection of the United States military to cover his government and to protect his government from all enemies, foreign and domestic. I'm going to explain what that means in a second. So he's covered and he feels good. His basically his reign and power will be protected. What does Bush get in return? What he wanted most of all. Well, you gotta love this euphemism. An enduring presence in Iraq. You know what that means? That means we're there forever. Permanent bases in Iraq. Mission accomplished. That's what Cheney and Bush wanted all along. And they, every once in a while they say, well, no, this isn't about permanent bases. Don't be ridiculous. You conspiracy theorists, come on. And, we said, methinks the Bush administration doth protest too much. And it turns out that's exactly what happened. They made a deal for permanent bases in Iraq. What they're calling, about 50,000 troops that are going to stay there indefinitely with an enduring presence. So everybody's happy, right? Well, here's a couple of problems. Number one, the people who are not happy are the non-Maliki factors inside Iraq. So who are the non-Maliki people? One is the Sunnis. The Sunnis that are now working with us in the Anbar province, they're likely to say, hey, wait, what did you just do? You just signed a deal to keep Maliki in power forever? Maliki hates us. Maliki will never do any deal with the Sunnis. He hasn't done it. He's not going to do it. He's shown no intention of it. They just came up with a de-Baathification law, came in front of the Iraqi parliament the other day. This is the one that was supposed to bring the Sunnis back into the government. You know what Maliki and his folks did? Get out of here. The Sunnis, the Baathis, get out. Get. They kicked him in the pants and told him to get the hell out of there. So Sunnis, not too happy with the Maliki government. Probably not going to be that happy with this deal that we cut with the Maliki government. All right, so that's number one. Number two, Muqtada al-Sadr, the leader of the Mahdi army. Well, he's not one of the Maliki guys, and he's kind of left out of this deal. And one of the reasons he cooperated with us, and he did for a while, for the last 4 or 5 months or so, signed a 6-month peace treaty with the opposing Shiite forces, and in essence with us, so that he wouldn't do anything in the last 6 months, and he hasn't. He's kind of pretty much abided by it. Not completely, but pretty much, which in Iraq is terrific news, right? But basically what this deal says to him is, thanks a lot, but you're out of luck. And more importantly, you're out of power. So Sadr's going to wake up this morning in Iraq and go, I'm not sure I like the way this turned out. Plus, number two, Sadr has been against a permanent U.S. occupation from the beginning, and what Maliki just announced is a permanent U.S. occupation. So, all the work that we put into getting some sort of breathing space, as they were saying, militarily, so that there could be a political deal, well, it turns out we just flushed that down the toilet. Yeah, there's a political deal between Maliki and Bush, but what that does is it destroys any political deal that might happen on the Iraqi level, between the different Iraqis, the Sunnis, the Shiites, and the two different warring Shiite clans. So what does that mean? That means this 3 months of good news that we've had in Iraq is going to be the calm before the storm. They're coming. They're coming. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be the next week, but within a matter of time, there's no way around it. Muqtada al-Sadr is going to come to get that government. And the Sunnis might as well, and then we'd have a clash between the two different Shiites and the Shiites and the Sunnis. It's coming. It's coming. So if you like the slight bit of good news coming out of Iraq, that we got the violence down to early 2006 levels, which, I mean, is damning with faint praise if I ever heard it, right? But if you like that news, well, you better enjoy it for the moment being, because it's not going to last.